Hello everybody, welcome to Live Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I'm Karen. Today we're looking at part 1 of Natalie Portman, Screen Queen, academic and activist.
Oh, wow. I really want to meet her.
Really?
She's so pretty.
Me too. I think she's really pretty too. But you know, we're talking about movie stars and then people who are really famous, actors. Have you ever met any movie stars in person?
I wish I could meet Natalie Portman, but unfortunately I haven't. But I have met, I grew up in Los Angeles.
Oh, so there are a lot of movie stars there, right?
There's like movie
in
stars
LA.
like everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And I worked at a Starbucks that was pretty close to where some film studios were. So
Really?
I got to see movie stars all the time.
Who was your favorite movie, star to meet?
I think the coolest one to meet was Tom Cruise.
You met Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Wow. And then what did you do? Did you ask him to take a picture together?
Actually, I didn't really dare do that because I think it's because it is kind of common, that they want to kind of be left alone. It's like their time off. And you don't want to bug them, so I just stayed professional, and I just recognized him. Of course, everybody will recognize him, and he knows that you recognize him, so I just tried to play it cool. I said,
Say, hi, Tom.
I said, here you go, Tom, here's your drink, thank you very much. And he's like, okay. And he was actually very polite, and he smiled. I feel like I could talk to him, but I still felt like
You didn't want to disturb him.
I didn't want to disturb him,
Aww.
because I feel sorry for movie stars like that, because they never get peace and quiet.
I guess you're right, but at least ask for an autograph. They can sign their name on a poster or something.
I didn't want to bother him.
Okay, you're very nice. I would have if I were you.
If it's Natalie Portman, I'll definitely get a picture with her.
Okay, well, let's learn more about Natalie Portman.
Beneath her movie star good looks, Natalie Portman is a serious person of fierce ambition, and she has always known exactly what she wants and how to get it. In elementary school, wanting a kinder world, she became a vegetarian and joined a singing group that raised awareness of environmental issues. When Portman was 10, an agent spotted her at a restaurant and asked if she'd like to be a model. Although she was more interested in becoming an actor, she didn't reject the offer.
Looking at part 1 of Natalie Portman's Screen Queen, academic and activist today.
So wait, she's a screen queen. What does that mean? The queen of screens?
No, I mean she's just a movie star because you always see stars on screen, right?
So the big screen is like the screen where you watch movies on, right?
Exactly, and she's a queen because she is so well known and she's so famous, right?
Right. Okay, so I'll begin reading.
All right.
Beneath her movie star good looks, she's so good looking.
I know, she is really pretty, I have to say.
Natalie Portman is a serious person of fierce ambition, and she has always known exactly what she wants and how to get it.
And I think I can really tell by the way she looks.
Yeah.
She looks like she's really determined to get things that she wants, right?
Right, because although she's really pretty, she also looks pretty tough. Right? She doesn't look like somebody you could just push over.
Exactly. Our first vocabulary word here is beneath. So when you're using the word beneath, her looks underneath or below.
It's a preposition.
That's right, that's a preposition. So we say beneath her looks, you're talking about something that's under, something that is below. So for example, there is a gentle soul beneath his tough appearance. So outside, you would see this tough appearance, maybe this tough guy, but actually deep down inside, there's a gentle soul.
Sweet.
Exactly.
I think that's what girls like the most, right? Like a real tough exterior, and then you meet that person that's a gentleman and very sweet.
Such a gentle person. Exactly.
The next vocabulary word is fierce. So fierce is an adjective. It just really it kind of means very strong or powerful or kind of mean. I think when we think of fierce, often we think of like a wild animal, like a lion or something.
Fierce lion, okay.
Right. So the example sentence we have, the two men got into a fierce argument over a parking space.
So it's not just like any like calm or small arguments. It was fierce, right?
Yeah. When you think of that word fierce, I do think you kind of have this image of fighting or aggression.
Fire, explosion.
It's a very powerful word, fierce.
All right. Well, ambition is our next vocabulary word, and that is a noun. Ambition, basically just your desire. It's your desire to achieve something. Maybe you set a goal for yourself and you're very ambitious, and that would be the adjective. Someone who is very ambitious, they will have many, many goals that they want to accomplish, that they want to achieve, right?
Right. So it's not only just like they have dreams of doing things, but they really set their goals to try to achieve those things.
Exactly. So ambition is the noun for that. And in our example sentence, it says Jamie is concerned about her son's lack of ambition.
So this probably means that he's never studying, he's just playing video games. He's not really looking towards his future and has these goals that he's trying to achieve.
That's right, because lack of something, that means you don't have enough of something, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's continue learning about Natalie Portman. In elementary school, wanting a kinder world, she became a vegetarian and joined a singing group that raised awareness of environmental issues. Okay, so we know that she cares about our environment. You're raising awareness of environmental issues. That means you want people to know about what's going on in our environment, understanding the problems, and maybe finding solutions to the problems.
Right, so if you're going to raise awareness, you're going to do something to make people aware of it. So here she was in a singing group.
That's right.
And the whole goal of doing that was just to let people know about the environment. So maybe they sang songs about, greenhouse gases and things like that.
That's true.
And she was a vegetarian.
Hey, you were a vegetarian, right?
I am a vegetarian. So a vegetarian, basically speaking, just means that you don't eat meat.
Okay, but I know this other word, vegan. What's the difference between a vegetarian and vegan?
Okay, so a vegan is somebody who doesn't eat or even use any animal products or things that come from animals. So a vegetarian, for example, would probably eat honey.
Okay.
But a vegan will not eat honey because it was produced from bees.
Wow.
And they will feel like in order to get that honey, you have to disturb the bees in their natural environment. And they feel that that's wrong. You should just let the animals, the insects, whatever, leave them alone and don't take it. So a vegan won't drink milk. Won't eat eggs.
Okay.
So it's not just about eating meat.
Well, how about you? Are you a vegetarian or are you a vegan?
It's actually a bit complicated. I'm a pescatarian.
Pescatarian? What's that?
That means that you only eat fish or seafood. So I don't eat chicken or beef or pork, but I do eat things that come from the ocean.
I see. Okay. So in our example sentence for vegetarian is?
Carla is a vegetarian, but she still eats eggs.
Okay. But a vegan wouldn't
eat eggs.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. When Portman was 10, an agent spotted her at a restaurant and asked if she'd like to be a model. Wow, so she was spotted at a restaurant. So when you say someone spots somebody, that means they notice them, right?
Yes.
So an agent, maybe this agent, their task is to go out there, try to find different models, right?
Let's see somebody with a good look or a look that they think is going to sell a lot of magazines or something like that.
So this agent spotted her at a restaurant and asked, hey, you're really pretty. Would you like to be a model?
Cool. Although she was more interested in becoming an actor, she didn't reject the offer. So she accepted it.
And I think that's a great start because sometimes you want to become an actor. Maybe you need a stepping stone, right? So becoming a model might be her stepping stone.
Exactly.
Well, let's take a short break and we'll be right back and learn more about Natalie Portman.
See you soon.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这一次要介绍的人物是 Natalie Portman，娜塔莉·波曼。那么标题用到这个 academic 和 activist， 来描述它。我们学一下 academic， 在这边当名词，它表示学者或是大学教师。那么 activist， 它可以表达行动主义者、社运人士，或者是表达激进主义分子。好，那么课文写到说 Natalie Portman 在她电影明星的外貌下是个认真、充满抱负的人。她一直都知道自己要什么以及如何争取。在小学的时候啊，她想要一个更人善的世界，于是就成了素食者，她就吃素了。好，我们来看4个单字 beneath。它是介系词，它表示在什么表面下，在什么之下。那么老师在解释单字时提到 underneath， 就是 underneath， 那这个字也可以当介系词来表示在什么的下方，在什么的底下。单字例句写到说，在他坚强外表下有个温柔的灵魂，那就是内柔外刚嘛。那么 Shane 老师这时候用到 exterior 这个字 exterior， 这个字当名词呢，它可以表达外表、外貌或者是外观，还有外部的意思。再看下一个单字 fierce， 它是形容词，形容强烈的、巨大的或是猛烈的。Shane 老师这时候用到 aggression， 我们来拼一下 aggression， 它表示侵略攻击。好，再看到下一个单字是 ambition， 它表示抱负、雄心或是志向。我们把字尾 ion 改成 ious， 变成形容词 ambitious， 那就可以形容是有野心的、抱负的。好，那么再看到 vegetarian， 它是名词，可以表达素食者、蛋奶素者，就是吃蛋奶素的人。那补充一下，如果是 vegan， 则是指纯素者，就是会避免所有的动物相关产品，包括奶啊、蛋啊、蜂蜜等等，吃全素的人。那至于 Shane 老师，他则是 pescatarian， pescatarian 则是海鲜素者，就是不吃肉但是有吃海鲜的人哦。好，那么课文接着写到说 Natalie Portman 10岁的时候，一名经纪人在一间餐厅发现她，问她是否想当模特儿。这边有2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看重点。If 可以引导名词子句去表达是否怎么样怎么样，就跟 whether 意思相同。那常常会接在 know、wonder、decide、ask、find out 等等动词之后。特别注意哦 ，whether 引导的名词子句，它可以当主词、受词或是补语用。那么 if 子句，它不能当主词，只能当受词和补语用。举例来说 ，I wonder if the story is true， 或是 I wonder whether the story is true。我想知道这个故事是否属实。句中的 if the story is true 或是 whether the story is true 是当受词来用。再看个例句。Whether the story is true doesn't matter。这个故事是否属实并不重要。那这时候 whether the story is true 是当主词用，我们不能用 if 来替换咯。好，下一个重点是 would like， 它表示想要。那么常见的用法是 would like to 加原形动词，或是可以用 would like 加名词。那么 would 在这个用法里面常常会跟主词缩写。举例来说 ，We'd like some more coffee, please。我们想要再来点咖啡，麻烦你了。I'd like to pay with my Easy Card。我想要用悠游卡付款。好，那么接着回到课文中。
Instead, she used the opportunity to find acting jobs, which led to a starring role in the 1994 film The Professional. Even back then, though, she had high standards. Before accepting the part, she requested that changes be made to the script and eventually got what she wanted. Just a few years later, Portman became a major star when she played Queen Padme Amidala in the first Star Wars prequel. The film was released during her last year of high school, and Portman considered dropping out to concentrate on her career. In the end, Portman chose to continue her studies, enrolling at Harvard University. Years later, while reflecting on this time in her life, she said, "I'd rather be smart than be a movie star."
Welcome back, everyone.
Okay, so Natalie Portman was approached by an agent who wanted her to be a model.
That's
Although
right.
she wasn't really super interested in being a model, she wants to be an actress, she still accepted it.
Exactly.
Right?
She didn't reject this idea, right?
Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Instead, she used the opportunity to find acting jobs. very smart, which led to a starring role in the 1994 film The Professional.
Ooh, good movie.
Ooh, so we were talking about how, she didn't reject the idea of becoming a model because that was kind of like her stepping stone, right? So now she was able to star in a movie,
it's like she kind of like got her foot in the door.
That's right.
Of this world of modeling and acting, because there are a lot of times they are connected.
Exactly. So led to a starring role in a film. That means you play an important role in the movie, right? Even back then, though, she had high standards. Before accepting the part, she requested that changes be made to the script and eventually got what she wanted. Wow.
So she had high standards just meant that she knows what she wants or what she thinks should be done.
Exactly.
And she's not willing to budge on these things. She's like, this is the way I think it should be. If not, I'm not going to be in this movie, for example.
A lot of perfectionists, I think they have high standards as well. And I think even at such a young age, she knew exactly what she wanted.
Right? She made some demands and she got things her way.
Yes, I'm
Tough.
very impressed.
Just a few years later, Portman became a major star when she played Queen Padme Amidala in the first Star Wars prequel.
That's right. She was in the Star Wars prequel. What's a prequel?
Right, okay, so if we have a movie, for example, Star Wars, the
That's
original one from the 1970s, right? If there is a next movie after that,
that's called a sequel.
A sequel. So any movie after the original is called a sequel.
That's right.
But sometimes they maybe run out of things to talk about or they want to explain something in the past. Like how did they get to this point where we started in the original movie? So the movie before that will be called a prequel. Because pre means before.
That's right.
C means like after, so sequel, prequel.
Got it. So prequel means like the story behind, before the original one. Okay.
So the film was released during her last year of high school, and Portman considered dropping out to concentrate on her career.
I can't believe she was that young. She was in high school when she was in Star Wars.
That's hard to believe.
And she considered dropping out to, instead of focusing on to focus on her career, right?
So to drop out of school means you quit school.
Exactly. And I think a lot of movie stars, they do that, right? Because they want to focus on their career or they want to concentrate on their career.
What does that mean, concentrate?
Concentrate is a verb. To concentrate basically means to focus on something, to pay attention to this thing. So for example, Bill quit his job to concentrate on raising his children. So he wanted to focus on raising his children. Because if you're doing so many things at one time, sometimes it's very hard to concentrate.
Right. Okay, let's continue. In the end, Portman chose to continue her studies, enrolling at Harvard University.
She went to Harvard.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow, she's very highly educated, right?
She's smart.
So she didn't give up her education at all, right? She wanted to continue and not just focus on her career.
I think that's a smart move.
I do think so too. Years later, while reflecting on this time in her life, she said, "I'd rather be smart than be a movie star."
Okay, so she really chose education over her career. But it's probably because she knew that she could still be an actress, even if she went back to school. But imagine if acting didn't work out for her. So a lot of professional athletes, for example, they will just take this opportunity and become a professional right away.
Exactly,
and
and
then
maybe
they'll
give up their education.
Exactly, drop out of school. But what happens when they can't play sports anymore? Or what happens if you stop being popular as an actor or actress? You want to have your education to fall back on.
Exactly. So you have another option in the future, right? So I guess she is very, very smart. Now she has both. She has a career and she has her education. We learned a lot about Natalie Portman. I really admire this girl.
She's not just a pretty face.
Exactly. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.
好 ，Natalie Portman 把模特儿的工作机会当作垫脚石来踏入演艺圈。她在1994年的电影《终极追杀令》当中呢，担任了主角。当时她就有很高的标准，她在接受那个角色之前还要求修改剧本，那么最终也得到她想要的。听起来呢，她是个不愿让步的人。我们补充一下，老师提到几个用语哦。第一个是 stepping stone。Stepping 跟 stone 有时候中间有连字号，有时候没有。那这个意思是说踩踏的石头，那就是垫脚石，可以用来指说帮助你达成目标的东西，或者指敲门砖的那种意思。还有用到 get one's foot in the door。这个字面意思是让某人的脚踏进门，也就是指说迈出成功的第一步，初步进入了什么什么，像是某个企业或是组织等等。还有用到 budge 这个字 ，B-U-D-G-E。budge 当动词，它可以表达让步或者是改变意见。课文接着写道，几年后，他因为第一部《星际大战前传》而成了大明星。那部电影在他高中最后一年上映，那他就考虑过要辍学来专注在事业上，最后则是选择继续念书，进入了哈佛大学就读哦。好，来看 concentrate 这个动词，它表示专注、集中注意力。那么补充单字 prequel。Prequel 表示前传，可能是故事电影等等的前传。如果把 pre 改成 se 变成 sequel， 那则是续集的意思。好，这边两个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看一个重点是 before， 它表示在点点点之前。那么 before 引导副词子句的时候，如果它的主词跟主要子句的主词相同，我们就可以把 before 引导的这个副词子句它的主词省略，然后把动词改成动词 ing。以句型来看，我们假设原本的句型是主词加动词 before 主词加动词，那就可以简化成主词加动词 before 动词 ing。例如 Vicky applied some moisturizer before she went to bed， 可以简化成 Vicky applied some moisturizer before going to bed。 Vicky 在睡前擦了一些保湿面霜。好，那么下一个重点是动词 request， 它表示请求、要求，之后可以接名词。例如 We requested a room with a sea view， 我们要求一间海景房。那 request 后面也可以接 that 子句哦，但要特别注意 that 子句的结构。那它的句型是 request that 主词 should 原形动词，或者是 request that 主词加上原形动词。例如 The boss requested that everyone should be on time for the meeting， 也可以说 that everyone be on time for the meeting。 老板要求所有的人准时参加开会。好，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Beneath her movie star good looks, Natalie Portman is a serious person of fierce ambition, and she has always known exactly what she wants and how to get it. In elementary school, wanting a kinder world, she became a vegetarian and joined a singing group that raised awareness of environmental issues. When Portman was 10, an agent spotted her at a restaurant and asked if she'd like to be a model. Although she was more interested in becoming an actor, she didn't reject the offer. Instead, she used the opportunity to find acting jobs, which led to a starring role in the 1994 film The Professional. Even back then, though, she had high standards. Before accepting the part, she requested that changes be made to the script and eventually got what she wanted. Just a few years later, Portman became a major star when she played Queen Padme Amidala in the first Star Wars prequel. The film was released during her last year of high school, and Portman considered dropping out to concentrate on her career. In the end, Portman chose to continue her studies, enrolling at Harvard University. Years later, while reflecting on this time in her life, she said, "I'd rather be smart than be a movie star."
Banli Beach is a 1 kilometer-long beach on Beigan Island. The beach is located behind the Beigan Visitor Center on the south side of the island. While most of Matsu's coastline is rocky, Banli Beach features fine, soft sand. The sand contains quartz, giving the beach a bright white color. landmines used to be planted along the beach for self-defense, but have all been cleared away. Be sure to visit the colorful Tianho Temple near the beach. Take a relaxing walk and enjoy the pleasant coastline of Banli Beach.
See you next time!